Reddit, what's an unethical way you save money? I work downtown in a city where monthly parking is easily $150 plus per spot. My wife and I both have to drive due to schedules, so it would be double that. Found out that the casino downtown here gives you free parking daily if you bet $10, so we go and play roulette daily. She bets $10 on red and I bet $10 black and each ask for our parking validation. One of us always wins, which doubles one of the $10 bets, so we get our $20 back. Boom, free parking. There has been the odd time it has hit zero. In that case we each just lose $5 each and parking costs us $10 total for the day. Edit, a few words to make better sense and thanks for the gold kind strangers. That's both brilliant and adorable. I pretend I'm gay. The gym I go to charges $50 less if you register as a couple and not as a single. I don't have an so my best male friend and I registered as a gay couple. The first day, the manager almost asked us to make out to prove it. He decided it was homophobic so he stopped. When we come in he's always staring while we use the machines together, like he wants to catch us doing something sexual. You're going to wish you just paid the $50 when you have to blow your friend to throw the manager off your trail. I still use student discounts whenever I can. Not a student. I've been on Amazon's student membership for like 7 years now. Well, if I'm going to be in debt, I might as well still be considered a student. When I was in 6th grade, they would give IOU slips to anyone that forgot their money for lunch. You were supposed to put your name and they would bill you later. I always wrote Cornelius Origami. My name is not Cornelius Origami. Holy shit, what a twist. I accidentally discovered that the laundry machines in my building take 20 coins instead of the $2 coins. The last time I was in Germany I saved as many as I could and now a load of laundry costs about 50 cents instead of $4. Imagine the laundromat owner going to collect the change. Who the F is depositing euros? I only found out about it when I paid $2 into the machine and it spat out the 20-cent piece. So somebody else out there is doing it too. They'll never catch me. Buy rotisserie chicken from store. Eat 3/4 of it. Return it claiming it was undercooked. I had a lady do this every week at a store I used to work at. I hated her with every ounce of my being. Edit, guys, I was just the guy that made the chicken. Why didn't management catch on and ban her from the store? Some customers are not worth having. Affluent neighborhood and a major grocery chain. It's too much paperwork to ban someone, so they just give the refund and move on. Random fact, if you have a Costco membership you can literally return anything. I worked in the bouquet department and we had a guy return flowers he bought for the previous year's V-Day. Completely wilted and crumbly, he said that they didn't last long and due to their return policy we had to return it. I don't encourage taking advantage of this because Costco is a fantastic company to work for, but if you're in a bad situation you can use it to your advantage. You really can return anything. After any amount of time. My uncle was shopping for a new barbecue at Costco. He gets to talking to the salesman or someone about how his previous barbecue, which he bought at Costco, had worked for 10 years but was starting to go. They told him to return it and exchange it for a new one. He did. They accepted it. After 10 years of use. Bumming off of different friends for their paid subscriptions, Netflix, Hulu Plus, Amazon Prime, Xfinity, Sam's Club. I pay for Netflix. I have 3 friends who use the account. They always pay for pizza and snacks at any social gatherings. I like your friends. My friends like Netflix. When I get the cooked breakfast from the canteen at work, you're allowed 5 items. I always take extra bacon and hide it under the beans. That's free bacon. In a similar note, the food court in my college only allows you to take 1 item out. I take 2 cookies out at a time by hiding one in my pocket and eating one as I go out. All for those tasty fucking cookies. Edit, goddamn, y'all have big balls. I never got removed from an employee discount plan for a job I left almost 7 years ago. I get 25% off every month on my phone and internet. Similar but not unethical, my work pays me $40 a month for me to use my phone as my work contact hash. My monthly bill is $35. Whole Foods trick, fill your coffee bag with deluxe imported coffee beans, write down the code for the cheapest kind. Humthug life as you brew each morning. It's not a trick. It's just illegal, mate. Fits the criteria of the question though, it's an unethical way to save money. So is just stealing everything you need, but I wouldn't recommend it. Good old shoplifting, or altering price tags. As a college student, stealing silverware from the dining hall has saved me a ton of money. Plot twist: your tuition is covering the cost of replacing silverware stolen by previous students. You really are. My tuition at college had a lot of extra costs in the fine print. One of them was literally a theft fee of over $100. They charged me over $100 a year for shit they expected me to steal. So, logically, I made sure I stole at least the amount of money they charged me for. If I've already paid for it, is it really stealing? I'm no lawyer, but it seems like it would be super illegal to charge someone a fee for committing a crime when you have absolutely no evidence that they've committed said crime. In the 90s, I was starting my last year of school. You could have school dinners, paid for in advance termly by your parents, or you could bring a packed lunch. I was a packed lunch child, but if you forgot your packed lunch you could get a school dinner and pay for it the next day. One day I forgot my lunch, so I got in the school dinner queue and waited to be served. I thought they'd realize I wasn't a school dinner child and tell me to bring the money tomorrow, but they didn't. The food was actually not bad, and the next day I tried my luck again. They just assumed my parents had paid and nobody bothered to check. I got free school dinners for about a year. At my school they had free lunches for kids who were low income, but to avoid embarrassment they were given cards that looked identical to everyone else's card. The computer would just not charge their account. My friend would just give his card to other people and they'd get a free lunch. The system had no check to see if the same card bought 7 lunches in one day. My mom got us hooked up with the low-income lunches for a while in high school, right after we started regularly having Chinese available. Best 40-cent lunches of my life. France here. Some people create groups where they each give €5 10/month. The subway in Paris costs around €60/month, and use the subway or other public transit without paying. When one of them get caught, the group use the money to pay the fine. Edit. Wow, thanks guys. I can't believe how many of you liked my comment. France here. Wow, I never met a whole country before. If I can't find it on demand for free or on Netflix, I'm pirating it. The problem is that I wouldn't mind watching something on a TV channel most of the time, but I'm not going to pay $15 a month just so I can watch one TV show, at the time the TV channel broadcasts it, with ads. For half the price you have Netflix. I can legally share Netflix, so it's only $4. It's full HD and 5.1 sound as well. What's the downside? Nothing. So I'm simply not going to pay that much. What's the point of that? Back when payphones were a thing, you could carefully shove the fat McDonald's straws into the change slot in my city and get free calls. Who figured that one out? Dollars to dimes. It was a homeless guy who just thought he'd try taking a sip of whatever fluid might have collected in the payphone's coin reservoir. Hey, you never know. Buy college textbook as ebook on Amazon. Remove DRM and convert to PDF. Return ebook to Amazon claiming something along the lines of "I decided to drop the class." Free college textbooks. Super easy with Calibre. In most cases where that might not work, I can typically find a torrent, though I'm much more wary of those sources. Edit. At this point it occurs to me that it may be necessary to warn you all, but do this at your own risk. It's not unheard of for Amazon to slam down the ban hammer if they're suspicious of fraudulent activity, and evidently when it comes down, it comes down hard. You just saved me hundreds of dollars in textbooks. Thanks man. I would gild you, but I need the money to buy an ebook on how to remove DRM. Buy senior citizen movie tickets online and print out at work. The doorman never look nor seem to care. They just point you in the direction of your auditorium. $2 saved per ticket, ching. I've found if you just walk confidently past the guy at the door they never stop you. I worked in a theater as a teenager and can attest I never gave a shit if people saw movies for free. Worked at movie theater can confirm. If they ever stop you, tell them you were taking a smoke break and left your tickets at your seat. 99% they will just let you in. Most employees don't give a shit, including most managers. Someone else is paying for my internet. A few months ago I went online to see why I haven't been getting a bill, expecting to see a huge balance and a disconnect notice. Instead I see my account is set up for autopay with someone else's credit card. This has been going on for a little over a year and I do not intend to raise any flags about it. I thought this was happening to me a while back. Turns out it was auto-drafting directly from my checking account, which is a different number from all my cards. That's a very good point. I did check my open checking accounts. I suppose it could be pulling from a much older account I've forgotten about or though I closed. I'm just not sure what has been funding it if that's the case. So, my job sent me to Japan several times. The train system is interesting there, so we found fun ways to exploit the system. We figured out how to abuse the hell out of station passes. When you get on any train, you can buy a ticket to your destination, or you can buy a station pass, which is about 50 cents. When you get off, you scan the station pass and it calculates how far you've ridden and charges you the difference. When we got off the plane in Tokyo, we bought a dozen station passes for Tokyo Station. Then when we arrived at our destination, about $100 fare from Tokyo, we purchased a month-long ticket between adjacent stations. This ticket will let you on and off the train at either of those stations for a month. It's very cheap because fare between two close stations is only a few bucks. Travel to Tokyo, hop on a base station, use month pass, hop off in Tokyo, use station pass. Cost for $100 ride, 50 cents. Travel home, hop on in Tokyo with station pass, hop off at base station with month pass. Cost for $100 ride, 50 cents. Edit. Also for fun sightseeing, you can ride the trains all over Japan for free as long as you don't leave the stations. I commute to work by train and have a subscription ticket for it. But I don't pay what I really have to. I have to change trains on my way, but the ticket really only is for the one train route. No one checks all the zones marked on my ticket, only if the date is right. This saves me about €30 per month. I do this for about a year now. My ticket gets checked almost daily. In my city you can either load a monthly subscription or just load a set amount of money into your bus pass. A monthly is $100. So when I was busing to work I used to just load $50 and not tap my card on my morning rides. I would only tap on my way home because the transpo cops were more likely to be patrolling in the afternoons. Now I drive to work but the monthly parking pass is $200. Ain't nobody got time to pay for that, so I just park on the side of the street where there are 2-hour parking zones. But I usually don't move my car every 2 hours. It seems those rarely get checked because in the 2 months I've been doing this, I've only gotten 2 tickets. At $50 a ticket, it's still the cheapest option, but I don't even bother paying the tickets because I work in a different province than the one I live in, and as far as I can tell there's no collaboration between the two vis-a-vis traffic tickets, so they don't follow up to make sure you've paid it. OC Transpo? Do you live in Ottawa and work in Gatineau? Me and my wife go to the same university. She attends, and I work there. A+ to me working there as she attends for free. A single parking permit is $850 per person for 2 semesters. We did not want to have to pay $1.7 thousand for 2 permits, so here is what I did. Purchase my own permit for $850. Go to the permit office 2 weeks later. At the beginning of the semester the first 2 weeks are free parking, and say either, I just sold my car and forgot I left the permit sticker on it / I just had my windshield replaced and forgot to take off my permit sticker before they took the windshield. They charge me $40 for the replacement permit and then mail it to me. And there we go, $890 for 2 permits is much better than $1.7 thousand for one. The only risk is that they scan the original permit's barcode because it was deactivated when I reported it as lost, but it has been 2 years of doing this trick and they haven't bothered to check it yet. I also used to heat off the used stickers on my community college textbooks and sell the books back to the college and get a bit more money for them because they weren't considered used without the sticker. Subscribe for more amazing stories. I said subscribe now. Otherwise this will open the door and eat you when you are asleep.